I'm making lunch and I feel a little chatty. These are the questions that I most frequently got when I started telling people that I was not going to go to college. I'm answering all of these based on my own personal experience and how I approached this whole thing. But there were three common topics that would always come up. The first was primarily based around like success and navigating the professional world. People always wanted to know if I was worried that certain doors wouldn't be open for me if I didn't have a degree. And to that, I have to say, no, I wasn't at the time, and for good reason, because people ultimately don't care whether or not you have a piece of paper. They care that you can adequately and competently provide a service for them that makes their life easier. Primarily what employers are looking for is just, are you someone who can figure it out? There's this framework that Danny Meyer has, and he's a serial restaurateur, a serial entrepreneur, and he has this 2x2 grid that is can't, can, will, won't. And employers are just looking for people who can and will do a job. The second best is can't but will. As long as you are willing to do something, you can get hired anywhere. If you are easily trainable, easily teachable, and prove yourself to be competent, you will get hired. You don't need a marketing degree to get a job in marketing. You don't need a business degree to go work for a small business or start your own. As long as you know how to provide value, you can get in the door anywhere. The other question that always used to get asked was, aren't you worried about your social life? Like, people make so many friends in college. Aren't you worried about missing out on the real college experience? And this is just a personal thing, but the real college experience never appealed to me in the first place. I am introverted by nature, and to this day, I don't really go out much. There is no part of me that regrets missing out on partying and around for 4 years. But in terms of having a social life or making friends without going to college, this is kind of a bigger conversation about making friends as an adult. But the people who say it's hard or it's awkward to make friends as an adult, I disagree entirely with that premise. If you want to make friends, if you want to meet interesting people, go do interesting things. Over the course of my adulthood, I have made friends through work, through photography, through Instagram, through rock climbing. I have a vibrant, fulfilling social life. And if the biggest introverted hermit on the planet can describe her social life as vibrant and fulfilling, so can you. It's not that hard, and I did it without college. And lastly, one of the concerns that would come up is this idea that my success could be capped or stunted, or my career trajectory could fall short of someone who conversely had a degree in my same field. It all just depends on your individual definition of success. Success for me was never about like, how much money am I making in comparison to my peers? That felt like an absolutely ridiculous waste of time to worry about that. For me, success is so much more based around like, am I enjoying what I'm doing day to day? Do I feel fulfilled in my work? Do I have basic comforts and needs met? I'm very fortunate that my company is doing well, and I'm very lucky to have a business partner that has skills that really complement mine. Because early on, I co-founded Piper when I was still 20 years old. I felt ahead at that point. I felt very excited that I had gotten this jump start on life and on business and on my career, but I'm 26 now, and it all evens out. People who I graduated high school with and who have moved on to do really exciting things in their career or moved on to become parents, whatever they're doing, like, I would never trade places with them. I'm not envious of their positions in life because they're doing things that I don't want to be doing. A degree is so indeterminate of someone's success and happiness. Like, there are people I know who have to work 2 jobs because they're strapped with student loans, and neither of those jobs are in the field that they went to school for. There are people I know who work 70-hour weeks and are so motivated and driven, who don't have a degree but are lit up by the work that they do. And I could go on and on and on down the line with all of these different cases, but as you get further and further into your career, a degree becomes less and less significant. And I know there are people who will fundamentally disagree with me, and that's completely fine. But this video really isn't for the people who think college is the only way. It's for the people who are on the fence and maybe unsure of what they want to do or are considering doing a gap year. If you don't know what you want to do, if you don't know what you're actually good at, don't spend tens of thousands of dollars trying to figure it out. There are countless resources available online for free that will allow you to find out more about yourself, figure out naturally what your skills are and what you're drawn to. If you're interested in breaking into the media industry and finding out how to carve your own path through that, like, reach out to me. My email will be in the description. But I ultimately believe that pursuing a degree is a waste of time and money if you have no idea what you want to do or what you're good at. Figure out what your skills are, figure out what you're drawn to, and look for opportunities to pursue those things that don't cost an arm and a leg or won't burden you with student debt for 20 years to come. And if you want to go to college, get the full experience. Godspeed. But if you want to talk about this more, I'm more than willing to chat with you in the comments, or if you want to reach out to me directly, again, my email will be in the description. Again, this is all just my experience and my own perspective. I hope you found it interesting, helpful maybe. If you did, send it to someone who might also find it helpful. And thanks for watching.